Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard in the somewhat south of France. Not a whole lot to say about this place. Pretty much as vanilla as it gets. But this is an AM Tuesday here in Contest of Speed. Presented by, of course, our fantastic partners, Track Racer, NordVPN, SimLabs, Fanatec, everybody who helps put this show on the road. I am Kid and Petter, coming off of a mentally and physically draining experience at the Indy 500 on Sunday. I'm joined by Andy Wu, as always. How are we doing?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. While you
that
were
that makes one of us.
Yeah, while you were getting wasted and losing your keys at the largest sporting event in the world, I was busy winning a short track race around local place, winning a high dollar event. So we like making money on the weekends instead of losing it.
Yeah.
In terms of F1 though. Other than watching pretty mediocre, I don't know, maybe exciting Monaco Grand Prix as far as Monaco Grand Prix go. We're here in France with a full AM2 grid. Only one reserve with us this evening, the future making his return back to AM2 after giving up on high school and dropping out. But yeah, level full grid. We got lovely weather here. Not a cloud in the sky for this race, which means the track temps are going to be high, which means tire temps will be high, which means tire wear will be high. So, tires will be the main talking point of the race around here. And I expect a lack of safety cars, so things may get pretty spaced out here, leading into a pretty strategy-filled race.
Yeah, definitely a strategical battle here at France. It's one of those tracks, kind of like Abu Dhabi. In real life, usually sucks to watch, but in the esports world, we're all professional esports athletes. It typically does throw up entertaining races. We're already seeing a little bit of strategy down at the bottom of the grid. Shelly the Turtle, Captain Rogue, the Ferrari guys. I think Vamu as well. Yeah, they're getting the mediums warmed up and trying to qualify on that set of tires. But when push comes to shove at the end of the day, a lot of these guys are going to be trying to qualify on the softs for track position. EDA forward, you might remember him from 2 weeks ago in Belgium. He won on debut, and he is back this week, and he's brought some friends. EDA Tebrum 77 is now full-time in the Aston Martin. He is currently in P10, is sitting in his garage. But there's a lot of good team play between those two, EDA Ford and EDA D Gabry. They've taken over the Alfa Romeo team. D Gabry had some great teamwork to help secure the win for Forward, to snatch it out of the hands of our poor old pal here, TTG Abood, who was on the wets for some reason.
Oh, he has a qualifying ban.
He has a qualifying ban, so he's just locking in his... Okay.
Yep. Having a
I thought that was a good transition. Then I was very confused whenever I switched over to him and I saw blue tires.
Here.
Let's not watch it. Let's watch Cam Tizzle instead. He's had pretty solid pace here all day today. Watched him a little bit in practice. He was outpacing a lot of guys. I didn't jot down. Oh dang it! I knew I forgot something. Not my keys this time. I forgot. I forgot to write down what the quality times were the past 2 days in AM3, AM2, or AM3, EU4, and EU3.
Well,
I don't have a reference point.
Yeah,
But he
it
was
is really close at the top, at least here in AM2. What is that? A tenth? 2/10 separating the top four.
yeah.
So really close between those guys. I think Kim Tizzle coming out the last corner now. Turns to the line. He improves.
That's going to be a 29.655. Really solid effort from Cam so far. He's had a lot of misfortune this season, but we always mention it. I think that he has race winning ability in this class. And AM2 is Vamu Nubel, third place in the championship, is retired in the pits. I think he's happy with his medium lap. A lot of these guys are probably going to be happy with their medium laps, so it's going to throw out a lot. I mean, what do you think the strategy is going to be? Do you think medium hard is definitely the way to go, or?
Well, I don't know.
Whoa,
So after watching
Alpine spinner.
our, let's see, who was that going for a little spin?
There's an Alpine of some sort, but well, we know Lopez likes to spin.
Yeah, it's qualifying. He doesn't like to do it during the race, but after watching the E3 race, I have no idea what the best strategy is. I saw the medium soft worked a treat for our very own Ecos Hilly. As
Hilly
members
Hive.
of the Hilly Hive, we really enjoyed that one. But he made the medium soft work, and I think you have to just be an expert on tire wear.
That's ridiculous.
Completely revolves
that
around
is
having a
absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you can even pull that off. I feel like the hards have to come into play at some point. Also, we've got a ton of invalidations. Very easy to do around here. Jay Steinberg says a boot on wets for the memes. We'll have to get. Whoa. Ecos Blade is retired from the session in the pits as well. Let's follow along with EDA D Gabry. We'll get more into the strategy, I think, when we have a little more downtime between the sessions. Gabry coming around down the main straight now. Cam Tizzle asks if Racing Fan. Oh, he goes P2. He actually beats his teammate EDA Ford, and there's Ecos Saint, and that is the answer to your question, Cam Tizzle. Ecos Saint is the artist formerly known as Racing Fan, your championship leader by a healthy margin, 127.5 to 96 of Shelly the Turtle.
Who isn't really having a good qualifying session, as to be said, the Red Bull driver. But EDA Ford was able to jump his teammate again. But both of the Alfa Romeo boys hovering right around that 29.8 flat mark. A couple hundredths each direction for the both of them. But good laps from those guys, but I mean, nowhere near a Racing Fan at the moment.
Yeah, I guess Shelly's just turning practice laps. I think ZX just went across the line. Missed him last week. He's in P6 right now. Last week's winner, Insight. Or wait, no, God dang it. Dude, I swear to God, I will never get this right. I exotic won last week. Dude, I'm speaking into fruition every single time. I mix these two up. I do. Yeah. So Insight, excuse me, he did not win last week, but he did cross the line with a P6 beating ZX. So that's good news for him. Let's see, Wing It. He is just going to abandon that lap. Captain Rogue is going for the softs. Down there in P18, with his P2 last week, he is actually hopped up into P5 in the championship. After a tumultuous first couple of weeks, he's going to get in the top 10. Probably not where you want to be on the softs.
First place you want to be. And he just, the man who really appreciated that was Future, who is he's also out on track at the moment, but he gets reverse pole, I guess you can say, around here, because P11 I think is probably the best place to start. Oh, Shelly Turtle.
Oh, what?
Is 5th place grid penalty?
I have him back here. Is this Shelly behind it? No, where? I don't even know where Shelly is.
Shelly's dead. Shelly has died out of the sweeping double right-hander.
Well, Shelly will be bringing up the rear here today. Good news for Ecos Saint, who is on pole and the championship leader. He could really stretch his legs out today. But we'll have to see. I mean, this, even without safety cars, I mean, just due to the variance in strategies, there's a lot that can happen around Paul Ricard.
The hards they're an interesting tire around here. They're very consistent, better than they are at Hungary, and we saw them used quite often around Hungary last week. They're a better tire, far more consistent, so much better option around here. But again, I mean, after seeing what Hilly did, yeah, he has changed the game. So if you can get a medium soft to work, I think that's fine. But I think soft to hard is very viable.
Oh, we'll just have to find out. What lap do you think they're going to have to pit on for that?
I mean, the softs, they go off so quickly. So maybe around lap 6, maybe even earlier. I wouldn't be surprised to just see guys trying to get a real undercut, get the most out of those softs before they start to fall off, and then put on the hards, and just run, by yourself for the next 20 odd laps. The mediums, I think you're trying to get to around lap 10 or 12, and then jump onto the hards, unless you're a wizard and can take them to lap 20, 19 or 20, and jump to the softs. Yeah, that is quite the ask.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about this track. I mean, it's very high load corners. At least a few of them are very just ends up running the tires in the ground.
I personally love a lot of loads, but yeah, not my tires. They are, there's not really a chance to rest your tires. Obviously, the straights are long, but they're coming right out of just high speed corners that just tear them to bits.
That is true. Let's get this thing fired up and ready to go. It's another AM Tuesday. I am currently experiencing a 2-day hangover from the Indianapolis 500. Shout out to Marcus Erickson. But we have our championship leader on pole position yet again. It is Ecos Saint, the artist formerly known as Racing Fan. Cam Tizzle with his... Didn't he start on pole in Monza, I think? But he's in a really good chance, in a really good position here in P2. EDA Forward and EDA Gabri, the Alfa Romeo teammates, will be in 3rd and 4th. Ecos Blade looking to turn his season around back there in P5. Insight in P6, followed by ZX in P7. Vamu in 3rd place in the championship, trying to play the strategy game. He's going to be the first one on mediums. He'll be racing Ecos Blacks, who's also on the mediums. Captain Rogue, Vamu's teammate, is in P10, in probably the worst position on the grid on those softs. The Future making his return after a bit of a debacle in Portugal, which led to suspension. EDA T-Brum is in P12 on debut. He'll be starting on the mediums. Everybody outside of the top 10, by the way, starting on the alternate choice. Deathstorm in 13th, Cheesehead in 14th, Ringit in 15th, Harris in 16th, Chase NASCAR in 17th, Lopez in 18th, Abood. Interesting call from him, starting on the hard compound tires in 19th, and Shelley, 2nd place in the championship, is going to be starting dead last after an interesting... Well, I'm not sure what happened, but he got a 5-place grid penalty.
Yep.
So here he is.
Apparently, Harris's AI just ran into the side of Shelley. And killed him.
Well, that's unfortunate for a number of reasons. But nonetheless, the boys are lined up at the front, and we are about ready to go here from France. See Got yellow flags in Sector 3 for some reason. And the lights are going out, and the leaderboard is glitching, which only means one thing. It is time to go racing. Looks like Cam Tizzle might have gotten the measure there on Racing Fan. That's a tough start. Looks like one of the Alphas is going to get him as well. Let's try to get a good camera angle here. Really bunched up in the back of the pack. We see bollards flying around out of turn 2.
Harris was the only one that spun. Harris and Wingett, kind of the big losers there, along with Racing Fan, or Ecos Saint, losing 2 spots from pole. Just didn't get off the line, the McLaren. That releases Cam Tizzle and EDA forward at the front of the pack here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if that was wheel spin or if he was just slow.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how those two did not wreck. They came side by side out of the short.
Oh, look at this.
Onto the straight.
Look at this. This is just an absolute mess.
Back here. Cars there.
This is ridiculous.
They made it work.
Somehow no one died in that situation. Oh my god, and who is that Alpine? Is that Wingett back there slicing and dicing into probably not places you want to be doing that at.
We got T-Broom running wide through the double right-hander. Oh my gosh, they are 3 wide still, just trying to file through here.
Oh! Shelly makes contact. That's at the back. Let's go up front again.
Oh my goodness, they're still 3 wide in the back. Oh, we got a couple guys pitting. That kind of stacked everything up. Whoa, we got Chase NASCAR and Wingett colliding through the final corner.
What is the back of the what Chaos. Is going on back here?
Chaos.
This is somehow no one has DNF'd, but that is some hectic action for the first lap of a race around France. A lot of guys trying to get forward. You see a boot in the background. He's on the hard tires, and he's trying to get those to fire off, but unfortunate for T-Brum and Insight. Those look like the 2 biggest losers there. On the opening lap up front, it is Cam Tizzle in the lead after an electric start, beating Ecos Saint off the line, and EDA forward right behind him. It's going to be close. I think the top 3 might be forming a DRS train here pretty soon. The Haas boys ZX and Blade are in P5 and 6 respectively. Whew. Good lord. Oh, his Death Storm. Death Storm is gone. Where's he at?
Out of is that turn 13? The high-speed right-hander.
High-speed right-hander. That's 11.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't pass high school.
I was checking the map, and I didn't even see where he was on track. But yeah.
So he flew all the way. The flat-out right-hander just hooked him right into the wall, and he is no longer with us.
That's tough for Deathstorm. Quite frankly, he had a good race last week. I think P7. So we'll see how he can respond next week. But yeah, tough times for him and for the Willie team. Now it's all up to the reserve. Secure the perks. Excuse me, the future in P12.
Yeah, you kind of confused him during the formation lap. Future was not suspended for anything.
Oh my god, dude! I'm like mixing everybody up, dude. There's just too many guys.
Up front, forward, mixing it up for the lead. Down the inside of Cam.
Oh, look at how late Ecos Saint was on the brakes through there, and I think he might just watch this battle between the top 2 right now. Obviously,
he's running less downforce. You see how much he closed up.
Yeah, he's really fast in a straight line. But obviously, I mean, the DRS down the Mistral Straight is so OP.
Yes.
This really could end up being a battle of DRS. EDA D. Gabry has closed up. He's now within DRS range in P4. So this is a 4-way battle now. He has gotten the invitation to the party, and he has accepted it. As Cam Tizzle now up the inside of EDA forward, and he takes the lead, even though that was a terrible camera angle to see that.
But now forward's just going to get DRS down that down the straight into the chicane, and I feel like we're just going to see textbook move after textbook move with DRS. And I mean, if those two just keep flip-flopping, that is how you move a DRS train along, and I think they may end up dropping the two Haas boys, and he caused blacks on the medium.
Wait, how did he get through?
Him and Bamu came together like they were sliding out of the little kink onto the back straight, but he managed to keep it going forward. Bamu got swallowed up by the pack, but now those mediums are coming to life. They're making their way back up.
Well, I saw that, but blacks got through both of the Haas's. It was ZX in 5th and Blade in 6th.
I think that just shows the difference in tires. We are only 4 laps into this race, and the mediums are
they're running off
extremely better. I mean, look how much blacks is closed up on the DRS train in front of them.
Yeah, this is a lot earlier than most tracks, but it does look like the mediums may be the optimal tire at the moment. Going back through, we're starting to see some time penalties, which could also be an effect of the tire wear. Lots of places where you can run off around here. I think that's going to come into play later in this race. Deathstorm, nice to see that he was checked and released from the infield care center. He says, "Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Don't think my tires were up to temp yet." So
that is probably the only drawback of starting on the mediums compared to the softs. Those first 2 laps can be a little sketchy.
They sure can. Look at these guys. This is absolutely... They're flying down there in this DRS train, which now encompasses everyone inside of the top 7. Vamanubal is in P8. He's the odd man out after that little incident, and as we see more 3-second time penalties coming through. Captain Rogue makes a move on Lopez coming out of the Mistral chicane, and he'll move up to P9. But these guys on softs are gonna have to be hopping off of these softs pretty soon, you'd have to think.
Yeah, you can kind of see those 2 Haas boys starting to get dropped. I don't know if they got DRS or not. Blade was right on the detection point for the straightaway. Yeah, I don't think he got it. So the Haas boys got to nail this first sector if they want to be with this DRS train.
They've been dropped, and Ecos Blacks is all over the back of these first 4 soft runners through the tricky first chicane into turn 3.
Was the first guy to make a scheduled pit stop off of the softs, and he's going to mediums.
Yep,
so,
that's going to be a 2-stop. Yep. We'll have to see it. I think 2 stops might be viable. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh my gosh, Blacks! Sorry to interrupt. He had his ERS going on. He had his ERS on through the kink of the onto the straightaway, and he just about ate a wall at Mach 1, but he held on to it. Man, but his race almost came to a violent end.
And he is holding station here, and I think he might make a move on EDA D. Gabry. I'm just going to call him D.
Gabry got on his button as well to defend there.
Yeah, he's, yeah, these softs are really going off, and these guys are all, they're all just struggling right now. D. Gabry had to look up the inside of Ecos Saint. Could not quite get that move done, and now here's just Blacks. Oh no! Oh, he is looking. He is stuck behind these guys right now, and that is a great crossover from Blacks as he makes his way up the field, or maybe not.
The straight line speed advantage here, but oh man, Blacks with the tires. Oh yeah, so much more grip.
Who is going to come out on top? It's going to be Blacks. He closes the door one final time into turn 3. just to just to get that over with. But it definitely looks like the fastest man on track right now. Meanwhile, up front, well, slightly more up front. Oh, excuse me.
Harris is around out of turn 1. He's on 6 left mediums. Is spun and kind of lost contact with a boot in future.
Well, that's not good for that. Looks like
Cam Tizzle's in the lead. When did he do that? Have they been flip-flopping?
I don't think so. But, hey, look, here we are. Cam Tizzle is in the lead once again. EDA Ford right on his gearbox. I think, yep, he's going to not make a move there as Blacks is around the outside. He knows he's got the grip advantage.
Oh, that's a dangerous place to make a move.
And he's going to get that done, but this does really highlight how much of a tire advantage the mediums are around here.
Yep, Cam and Saint have pit.
Yep, and that is not surprising. EDA 4 is going to stay out on those softs.
And ZX is pit.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of pitting.
Fell all the way back to the Vamu and Lopez train. And those two are actually making inroads on this top little group. So we may end up having a 9-car battle for the win here.
Yeah, I like the sounds of that. Got a lot of guys going on the hards. Cam, Ika Saint, ZX, all on the hards. Deathstorm. Oh, by the way, Deathstorm wants to join the booth. If you want to invite him, we can accommodate. We can accommodate. Of course, is the the inevitable has happened. ECOS Blacks is in the lead into the Mistral chicane. He is P1, followed by the 2 Alfa Romeos of EDA Ford and Gabri.
I do want to make a point here. This happened a little bit earlier, but Shelley put on the hards a couple laps ago and spun immediately as he got out of the pits. So
is that what that was?
Dead last, and a couple seconds off the field. So not the race P2 in the championship.
Shelley's struggling.
Not the race he's looking for.
That is unfortunate for our favorite Pittsburghian, Shelley the Turtle.
Speaking of guys that had
EDA Ford is
races, we have been joined by Deathstorm. Howdy.
Checked and released from the infield care center. How you feeling?
Little ego and talent dues, but I'll be alright.
Yeah, you know, that's what we like to hear. You know, better than broken bones in the hands, or in the case of Calamilot's hands. But,
yeah. You're probably feeling better than me, so that's a grain of salt, I guess. Blacks is taken off over a second now, and we're really seeing these mediums come through at the moment. He is up 1.3 seconds through the Mistral chicane, down the second part of the back straight. Where did Lopez come from?
Lopez has been just on the tail of Bamu for the past couple laps now. He's just making his way to the front on the back of arguably the fastest guy in AM2, hot lapper Vamu. But a battle for the net lead out of the guys who have pit. Cam Tizzle and Saint going at it at the moment. Side by side through 11.
Oh, good call.
Oh my goodness.
No, this is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Oh, what a kick.
No, it's Cam. And Cam has gone around through turn 11.
I think he can get it going though. I don't think he got any damage there.
Yeah, I think that was just side to side. I think Shelley. Oh, Shelley has died on track.
Shelley looks like spun it out of the chicane in the backstretch.
Yeah, Mistral chicane, and Shelley was having a pretty torrid time this evening. His night has come to an early end. Unfortunate for the man who is P2 in the championship. All to play for then. for ECOS Saint.
Yeah, I think that kind of takes a lot of pressure off of him, knowing that his nearest quote-unquote championship rival, even though it was over 30 points between them, is now out of the race. Any point here is just a cherry on the top of a wonderful slice of cake.
Yep.
He knows he's extending that championship lead, no matter where he finishes.
Yeah, don't want to put any extra pressure on him, but I mean, we have seen this. He obviously started off, had I think 6 podiums in the first 6 races. He's doing a very good Mitch Burns impersonation from last year, where he's just scoring points, just racking them up, and seeing if anybody else can kind of keep up with it.
Yeah, the consistency is key here at AM2. I say it every time I make do an interview, but it is true. If you don't wreck, keep the car pointing in the right direction, you've got a good chance of winning races, winning championships, as Mitch Burns has proved before, and ECOS Saint is doing now. We got D. Gabry in the pits. He's going the mediums. So I think EDA Forward and Gabry maybe doing a one-stop.
A soft medium.
That's gonna be a tough soft medium. You know who I have my eye on right now? I have my eye on Abud over here. He had that quali ban, I guess. He's up for fifth.
Yeah, fifth on the hards.
Yep.
So he'll probably be going to softs, maybe even mediums at the end of this race. But
yeah, he's gonna be one to really keep an eye on here towards the end of the race. Abud was frustrated last week with his race, and this week he's doing a great job coming from the back on the hard compound tires. They're firing off now, and really solid for him.
I personally like when you come on my back, but yeah, watching Abud come from the back is also pretty exciting.
Yep. You can check out the OnlyFans in the description. Vamu's within a second of Lopez. Lopez eventually got that move done. He's up into P2 now. And, I mean, he's shown some pace. No, never mind. He's going medium hard, it looks like, lap 11. And maybe these mediums are starting to die.
He hit the same wall you did, Deathstorm. And that's a safety car.
Speaking of, I thought there was a safety car glitch.
I mean, I don't understand why Rogues was a safety car and Deathstorm's wasn't. But hey,
he's gone.
I'm not complaining. This spices things up strategy-wise. Lopez and Cheesehead both dove into the pits that lap, going to hards. They'll be getting a free pit stop just about.
Yeah, definitely 12th on back. If they don't pit on hards, they're going to kind of strap themselves into submission here. That would be the smart play for me, anyway.
Well, Andy is submissive and breedable, so.
I personally like when you strap anything on. So yeah, we got a lot of mixed tire strategies here with the guys that have pit. We got Harris on the softs. I wonder if he's going to come back in and pit for a different set of tires after doing that.
I did too, but he also might be banking on another safety car. I mean, hey, what does Daryl Waltrip say? Yellows breed yellows.
It's cautions breed cautions.
Caution. Well, I'm trying to not Americanize it.
But T-Brum is spun under safety car.
Oh no!
He's spun out of turn 1 on those hard tires. Very icy.
Apparently.
But I don't think he lost any positions, and I'm sure we just barely caught the end of that, so nobody saw it.
Yep.
Blacks is in.
Who cares? Yeah, our race leader, ECOS Blacks, is in the pits. I believe Vamu is following him, and now Abud is going to follow him too. I believe there's going to be mediums for Abud, which is going to put him in a pretty good spot.
I like it.
Compared to his immediate rivals, is T-Brum gets another penalty under safety car.
Rough safety car period right now.
And not all the EDA guys are having the best of nights this evening. Hopefully.
Let's see if Forward beats out of the pits. He's currently racing the Delta right now. Him and Vamu
And he's gonna get Vamu, and he's gonna get Vamu. So this is looking like a pretty good fight. Lopez is able to hold on to P4, Blade in P5, Gabri P6, Aboud in P7, but he's on fresh mediums, which we think will probably go the way.
He'll make, yeah, he can make those to the end. This safety car will probably be going another lap, at least. We got guys all the way in the third sector still, so we got at least another lap under our hands. To talk strategy, but yeah, I really like the food spot. He started last for 19th because of Shelly's grid penalty, up to 7th right now, and he's not stopping again.
And this is going to help EDA forward, I believe, on those mediums. I think they were aiming for a one stop and a couple laps under safety car. That's definitely going to help.
Yeah, so his mediums, 3 laps old, are up to 10%, but they have the same wear on them as Blade's 4 lap old hards. So I don't think there is really too big of a difference in the tire wear at the moment. Gabri's are only at about 5%. ZX's tires are a little worse for wear compared to everyone else's. He's pushing around 15 to 20% on his 5 lap old hards. Other than that, everyone else on fresh rubber.
Looking at Shelly in the comments, he says tough quality, got early wing damage, had to pit, and he was pushing too hard on those hard compound tires. He's slamming everything, or he's slamming his helmet on everything in the paddock at the moment. So
we are slamming not helmets.
Yeah, I'm slamming bush lights.
I feel Kelly's paying, needless to say, gentlemen.
yeah. Death Storm's, he's the counselor. he'll help everyone out.
Feel free.
Yeah, contact him with any mental strife you might be facing. Lap 14, we're halfway through this race, and oh boy, this is gonna be tasty. I'm kind of excited. I'm getting a little excited about it.
I can tell. Something's staring at me. But yeah, I think Aboud is really my one to watch right now. So Saint and Cam Tizzle, they kind of got screwed a little bit by that safety car. Actually, a lot of it. They are in 11th and 12th at the moment on mediums that are a little worn, not too bad. But I think these are their quality mediums. And but I mean, from 2 guys that were looking to win this race on raw pace, are now, I mean, they're stuck back there pretty good.
Yeah, that is extremely stuck. 11th and 12th, and now
as,
I was
Smith on that one video.
Yep, almost as stuck as me in the dryer last night.
Good thing I got you out of there.
Yeah, thanks a lot, step bro.
Was he kicking and screaming there, Andy?
No, he's very submissive.
Inbreedable. Safety cars in this lap will be going green on lap 15. Ecos Blacks leads the pack ahead of EDA Ford and Vamo Newell. And we'll see which strategy here prevails. Because, I mean, those hards are going to be better than the mediums, I think, at the end of this race. But I really have no clue.
Yeah, I think Fords will probably wear off here coming towards the end of this race. But I think Aboud, paying for fresh trends when he did, I think he can get him to the end without too much fall off.
Yeah, we'll be watching him as I think Blacks is gone.
Yep. Kind of called forward napping a little bit.
Yep, that was very early, around 14 he started throttling up. And he has himself a 1 second advantage. We have a yellow flag. I'm not sure. No, that's
just from the safety car.
Yeah, for no reason. Thanks, Codemasters. ZX is Yep, he's picked up a
Oh,
penalty
he
there.
just got passed by Future. Got loose out of 3, and Saint's gonna get past both Future and CX. Oh man, that's tight.
Ika Saint, yeah, he is he's definitely wearing his battling boots today, and he's gonna have to keep them on as he tries to chase down the rest of the top 8. Cheesehead currently in P8 and on those hard compound tires. Oh, who's that? A Bood and Gabri.
Yep,
Yeah.
they were going at it. Oh my goodness, a boot hang on to it. What
That was a catch. That was a catch and a half.
From our favorite Lebaneser, man, he just about ate a wall.
We got the Future and we got Cam Tizzle and the Future going head to head into turn 11. That's not ideal. Cam Tizzle obviously didn't learn his lesson earlier, but he has been able to get away. Oh, T-Rum's around as well.
Oh man, EDA a double spin.
That's a double spin for the EDA boys. Chase NASCAR is
also involved, I think.
Letting people by? No, I'm not entirely sure.
I can't tell.
It's hard to keep up, and we have a 5-second penalty for Wing It, ignoring a yellow flag that might get removed.
That most definitely will, unless it's.
And
Yeah, that's good.
Sub bury the lead here. Ecos Blacks is keeping that gap steady. He wants to keep that at over 1 second to EDA forward as we have another yellow. Is that Insight around?
Insight's around, yep.
Yep. Oh man, he had such a good week in Belgium. I can't really remember where he was at in Hungary. I think he was doing pretty good there. Not the race he's looking for here in France, though.
Doesn't look like he was in the top 10 according to my notes, but who knows? The past 5 days have been a blur.
Yeah, you don't really remember.
I don't remember anything, to be honest.
The
EDA
only
4.
thing I remember from Hungary is spinning in the rain, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No,
It did. Yeah, it did rain, didn't it? EDA forward is now fighting back. He's doing a good job to keep this within DRS. I believe we're getting DRS back this lap. Oh man, he's
forward
really
tires. They're pushing over 20% at the moment.
that's gonna be tough to hang on to.
Blacks is only running 10% on his hards, so about twice as much tire wear on the mediums. But at Bood's tires are looking really good along with racing fans. So the McLarens, I think, can make this medium strategy work.
Yeah, it's getting close. The problem's going to be that the Blade is in a DRS train in front of him, so he's going to have to figure out a way to get around him. It'll probably be pretty tough, but we'll see as we go on.
Bood on Cheesehead. Oh wait, no, that's Saint on Cheesehead. Now the McLarens.
5, 6,
Right
7.
next to each other, 6th and 7th.
Yeah, it's good to see. I've been trying to give Cheesehead some shine. He's currently P4 in the championship. You wouldn't notice it if you're watching the streams. He is a very quiet P4, and I think he's attained that by basically finishing P4 every race, pretty much. But he's following this McLaren pack. As Eka Saint is on a bit of a march up front right now.
Yeah, I see what you did there. That was pretty good.
Thanks. Yeah.
I don't think you meant to do it.
I have a way with words. What can I say?
Yeah.
Forward closing in on Blacks for the lead, gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Forwards.
Go forward.
Let's go forward. Forward is closing in as Eka Saint puts in the fastest lap of the race. ZX picks up another time penalty, and T-Brum has disconnected.
Yep.
We had this happen with one of the EDA guys in the previous race, so No, welcome to me hosting lobbies. I apologize. I just worked.
There
Pretty
goes.
straightforward, passing forward into the lead.
Yep, straightforward. DRS enabled. He did a good job hanging on there with blacks on those hards. We'll have to see. I still think those hards are gonna win out eventually, because those mediums 8 laps old. He's got another 10 to go. Oof. Probably gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gone halfway, he's gone less than halfway on those tires, and they're already at 30%. So he's going to be pushing 80 by the end of this race. It's going to be tough, but if he can get away from blacks in a lap or two, if he can break that DRS, he might have a chance. But I don't think blacks is going to be letting him get away from him.
Yep. Yellow flag, sector 3.
Hey, Gabry.
Steve Gabry, EDA boys, having a tough time.
I'd assume he locked the rears there into 13. Oh man, his back end just came around. His rear tires did not like that.
We're not gonna watch that.
Yep.
Yeah,
not kicking man while he's down.
Yep. Good advice. As a boot is just knocking on the door here. Ecos Blade is being held up, I think, a little bit by Lopez. Never mind, not anymore. Lopez spins out of turn 6, and this Blade is dead. What is?
Oh, that's out of.
Oh,
that's out of the king.
I think he saw Lopez in front of him spin, and he figured he'd seppuku himself as well. Meanwhile,
Very
Wing
honorable.
It. Yeah, very honorable from Blade, but I know for a fact he's not going to be too thrilled about that. That's a bummer for him. He's having a pretty decent race here.
Oh, blacks gets 3 seconds.
And that might be a huge factor when it comes down to it in this race.
Especially for a boot and Saint with the penalties, everybody blacks will be bringing him back into play now.
Yep.
Yeah, Saint's clean at the moment. Abood has 3 seconds. Bamu is clean, and he has caught these guys. He's right on the back of Ecos Blacks.
Sure has. And, I mean, this is going to be nut up or shut up time for Ecos Blacks. He's going to have to get a move on it in order to get around EDA forward in order to get this win. But Vamu, he's sitting behind him, rubbing his hands together. Looking forward to this. Oh my goodness! This Vamu tries to send one. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was a optimistic move, and I think Vamu might be in with a pretty decent chance to get himself a race win this evening.
Not much else going on down
here. Yeah, I'm looking around trying to find something. ZX and Cam Tizzle are next to each other, so that is good for the broadcast. But outside of that, I mean, there's really not a ton going on. We're just gonna have to keep monitoring. Yeah, the top 3 are kind of checking out. Abood is coming though. he is coming right now.
Shout out to Abood.
Hey, Abood, yeah, shout out to Abood. He's coming right now, on the back of Vamu.
And it just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
It sure does. 1 second. Let's see if he can get into DRS range. Wing It with another penalty for Wing It. He's not having a great race.
Did he spin? Oh, he's out.
Is he dead? Oh, he's dead. And Abood is the fastest man on track right now. Let's try to see what happened to Wing It.
He backed it into the wall out of turn.
I don't see him anywhere.
I don't think
there
got DRS that time, but he did close up
what the
massively. on the top three.
Yep, this might be the strategy right here. The closing rate in which he has joined this previously three-man party is pretty impressive. And
as fast as he came there, someone might need to suggest him Roman wipes. He got straight to.
Yep. Fun fact. We are not sponsored by Roman Wipes, but when I was at the 500 with my one friend's friend who had not been to an Indy 500 before, he whipped out a Roman wipe out of his fanny pack. That's the first time I've ever seen one. He said he's never used it before. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Jay Gamer is in the chat. He says 2 races in a row AM3 had less safety cars than AM2. Oh,
yeah,
Jay.
I think we're actually the only 2 that has a safety car so far this week.
Yeah.
This is the first safety car in all of COS. We race under boost, so
Right, well, no, we don't.
Whoa, here we go. Boo was looking for a move on Vamo.
Yeah, this is tight up here. This is the kind of DRS train that you're looking for. Everything's an innuendo. I don't even know.
I mean, you just can't.
I can't help myself.
Yeah, it's just too easy.
It really is.
Boot on the inside.
Yep, a boot with a clever move on Vamu up the inside of 11. That turns into 12. He's on the outside. Let's see if he gets better traction with the medium tires. And it looks like he got it. That's a good move from Abood. We've seen a lot of good moves from him, especially back in Belgium, where he had probably 2 or 3.
Drove right to the side of Vamo on the last lap of the race.
Not that, but before that, whoa! Look at Vamu. Vamu's there with DRS.
Shoving him off the track, entering the corner just about. He was not going to give that one up.
I don't know if Abood and Vamu are friends, but I feel like if they are, it's probably not going to last very long. Because they race each other extremely hard. There's Abood now all up on the back of Blacks, and Blacks is lost. He felt the pressure from Abood, and he has spun. I think he's probably out of the race win conversation at this point.
With that penalty.
Yeah, with the penalty, and now EDA forward on 3-lap older medium compound tires is he's just holding station for now, but boy, a boot is, I'm not gonna say it.
He is coming. But looking at the tire wear, a boot's tires are about 10% better according to compared to forwards. That's what 3 laps will do for you. Hitting under a safety car. Boot up 17 spots from where he started. All he needs is one more, and the comeback is complete. But he does have that 3-second time penalty he has to work with.
Sure does. I mean, he had to get a move on it, and he has gotten a move on it. Forward knows what he has to do. We've seen him win a race this season, so I mean, that Vamu right behind these guys. This is going to be an interesting finish. Final 4 laps here at Paul Ricard. Why does Motor ask me if I want to play 2K afterwards? Yeah, you know what? Probably. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to commentate a race here. Let's stay focused. Blacks is actually back in DRS range, so it's a good job from him.
Is he? I'm not really paying attention.
He had the flap open, so he barely got it. But
I was gonna say, is he the only one on the hards in this top group? But no, Vamu.
Yeah, Vamu is, and forward's got to be running so much or so little downforce here, because
he's definitely a rocket in a straight line.
Yeah, but he's also holding these guys up, which is why, you know, we see these guys, they'll catch forward, but they just can't get around him with the wings that he's running. He saves up just enough ERS getting through that third sector just to defend any moves down the main straight, or down the front straight, and then down the Mistral. Menstruation. Straight away.
Yeah. Gross. Abood might be able to get a run. It all comes down to drive you get out of that corner right there, and he has to stay committed through this and then through this, and if forward just gets a big jump every single time. And I think Vamu is he's closing in. Maybe not. Is Abood gonna make maybe a late lunge? He has to get a move done.
Yeah, I mean he's got the 3-second time penalty, so he's gotta get past him and he's gotta get going.
Yep, and
he's got 2 laps.
And Ecos Blacks is now firmly at the back end of this train. Oh my God!
Is he? Goodness, he almost sent Vamu to the shadow realm.
Just about. He has found his footing once again, and now, man, I want to see some action here.
Yeah, I mean it's nose to tail stuff, but just no real opportunities to actually get a move done. Wonderful defense by Forward.
Yeah, Ford's
starting to sound like Monaco from Sunday too.
A little bit. I mean, this honestly kind of looks like it. Yeah. We see Ecos Saint in the background. He's going to pick up some points there in P5. Finally, hey, helicopter shot. Let's go.
Well, he is close enough to kind of gain on these guys if they pick up penalties. He is already passing Blacks and is pretty close to being able to get past a boot on penalties.
Abood's closer now than he has been.
But he's not on the button.
I'm not sure what he's waiting for. I think he's going to have it here.
He's got to do it. What are you doing, Abood?
Why is Abood backing out?
Does he not realize that he has a penalty?
Oh, Blacks gets
got another one.
Yeah, you just cut the inside part of that chicane. And now it's... I mean, Vamu was peeking out looking for a move as well.
Yeah, I feel like Abood's just biding time that he doesn't.
Oh, whoa!
What a move!
He got Blacks with a crazy move around the outside. We've seen him do that once before tonight, and he's gonna get shoved out wide. But I think he's gonna hold it, at least for now. Got ran off the road again. He got Blacks full of action tonight. Love to see that. But we're on the final lap, starting now. And it looks like EDA Forward might be going 2 for 2. Abood, I don't know if he forgot that he had a penalty or what. But
yeah, I mean, he just started wasting time that he doesn't have to waste. And I think he'll get the move done here. I mean, he's got the ERS to do it. He's got the tires to do it. But now he's not going to get 3 seconds on him.
A
little slide from Abood, but...
And I think this...
Yeah, he's got him.
EDA Forward is break it. Shout out to Marcus Erickson. As Blacks is going to make that 3 wide. He's cut the corner. He said, if you're not going to do it, I will. Bopped up to the inside. Oh my God!
A little.
This is very aggressive out of the top 4, but you can feel something building up until this point. I don't think it's going to matter.
It's not.
But
none of it. None of it matters.
But here we are.
The only person that helped was Saint getting him onto the podium because he would be passing both Abood and Blacks on penalties. But Vamu, 2 tenths behind forward, is going to finish second.
Wow.
That's right. And that's how you win a championship. EDA Forward has won his second race in 2 tries here in AM2. Followed by Vamu Nubel, who had a pretty good points day, who's P3 in the championship. Ika Saint, and that, I mean, man, that's how you win championships right there. Somehow, he's managed to scrape together a P3 out of what was an unfortunate race. Unfortunately for Abood, he's going to fall back to P4. Blacks
1/1000th of a second.
1/1000th of a second to his teammate. Ecos Blacks is going to be in P5. Cam Tizzle did well to finish P6. ZX had a quiet P7. We'll get to the rest in a little bit, but that was pretty entertaining.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Go ahead and do what you guys got to do, and you have a great night, gentlemen. All right?
Yeah, we're glad you're okay. We're looking forward to
First and
you,
foremost.
In
Next week.
Next week.
Next week, yep.
Yeah, appreciate
William.
Yep, appreciate you stopping by, Deathstorm.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to have a
great
lecture.
night, gentlemen.
You too.
Get these podium boys on in here. After, I mean, what a final lap that was, though. Spicy, but unnecessarily spicy. It's like Carolina Reaper peppers. Like, it was super hot, but for what reason?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
It didn't have a reason.
It doesn't. There's no reason. Let's run through the order once again. EDA Forward, the second win this season. Boy, you're just going to be fast-tracked to AM1 at this rate. Vamu Nubel in P2. Ecos Saint, that rounds out your podium. Abood is in P4. Blacks is in P5. Cam Tizzle 6th. ZX in 7th. Cheesehead 8th. Lopez in 9th. And Harris, good job from Harris to grab a point here this evening. Insight, D. Gabry, Chase NASCAR of the future. T-Brum, Wing It, Blade, Rogue, Shelly, and our fallen comrade here, Deathstorm. They round out the order. That's that. I believe we have all 3 guys in the party, I think.
Oh, yeah. You know, I can't count. I did not pass the 3rd grade. Let's start with 3rd place, at least at the moment, by 1/1000th of a second. Our championship leader, Ecos Racing Fan. Congratulations on P3. I think this is the first time you've been on the podium since your name change. Yeah. You also got the fastest lap, so stacking up all those points while your nearest competitor ate a wall on like lap 6. So, just all stacking points together, and that's how you win championships. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a rough race for me. I really thought I had the pace to challenge for the win, and I just made an unfortunate strategy call and got put behind the DRS train. Every time I would gain on track, they just pulled back away in the DRS, man.
Well, I don't think that was really your fault. You kind of got boned by a safety car. And you and Cam Tizzle, both made valiant recovery drives after, being in that top DRS train. Both kind of got, stuck way back in the traffic during that safety car period, and kind of made the most of it though. You stayed clean on penalties.
Yeah, I had 2 warnings. Which was a big.
Yeah, so clenching up every time you go through a chicane.
Absolutely.
We know the feeling. Everyone knows the feeling. But yeah, I mean that is how you Mitch Burns a championship as you do. Just come out of nowhere, snag 15 points, and then show up next week and do the same thing. Any other crazy things happen in the race? There was kind of a lot of nose to tail action that we couldn't really see.
Man, if they two things on the podium. First of all, that's crazy close for me and Abu to 1/1000th off.
Yeah.
And second of all, it you don't want to take a podium away from your teammate. But he's saying that he had some BS penalties, so he's gonna try to get him removed. But man, he had a hell of a recovery drive too. He got really he timed the safety car was timed good for him, 19 to 4th.
Yeah, so it was kind of odd. So you started up front and got boned by the safety car, and he started last and got bailed out by the safety car.
Yeah.
And y'all both finished third and fourth, maybe first and fourth, but who knows? I'm going off what the screen says at the moment. So third and fourth for the two McLaren boys. Good result for the both of you. Congratulations. We'll move on to our least favorite Argentinian in the league, Vamu Nubel.
Who's your favorite then? If it's on
Okay, you're right. You're my favorite. Don't tell anyone else. Vamu on the podium with Ferrari. Started P8 on the mediums. Looking to make the medium hard strategy work. And you almost did it. Less than 2/10 from the win. Kind of a crazy final lap. Anything else you want to add? I mean, you kind of just sat and watched. You're like a fly on the wall, just like rubbing your hands, watching everything.
Yeah, just waiting for penalties to do their thing and trying to stay away from blacks. Taking out again. And then I said I got a bit excited on the last turn. Was going to send it, but I thought it better than stay behind. But yeah, good race.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun to watch. You probably watched more of the race than we did. Yeah, I mean, you sat and watched like a fly on the wall, just rubbing your hands. I mean, that is your nickname now. You're Vamu, the fly on the wall nigga. But that's how you get podiums. You stayed penalty free, and you were 2/10 away from victory. But I'd say a good race nonetheless. So congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, we'll move on forward. 2 forward. 2 for 2 now in AM2. This time you didn't have any, devious teammate activities. You just went out there, took the lead, and running minimal downforce, you were able to keep everyone behind you, and navigated the crazy final lap there.
Yeah, that was crazy final lap for sure.
Yeah, we all kind of felt it, coming to a crescendo there. We couldn't quite understand why Abu didn't go for a move earlier, knowing that he had that 3-second time penalty. But I'm sure you were not one complaining about that.
I was expecting it to happen much earlier, and I was really I was planning for it to happen on lap like 24 or 25 for him to get that move done. But I was planning then to just try and stay in DRS and hang on from there. But I think it kind of caused a little bit chaos because I had the opportunity to stay ahead, and then my tires were almost at 80% at the end there, so I was kind of trying to keep up the pace while also managing the tires.
Yeah, your tires were about 3 laps older than everyone else's, and they were mediums, so obviously wearing a lot quicker than the hard tires on the Ferrari. But yeah, I mean, you were able to manage that expertly, staying just far enough ahead to where nobody could touch you, and doing what you needed to do to go out there and win your second race in AM2 on your second try. So congratulations. Anything else you want to add? Fancy things that we didn't catch that you
well, the pace was just phenomenal on the hards from I think it was Blacks. When he held his ground pretty well when I was on the mediums and catching up to him. He did really well at keeping a gap, and the pace of the top 5 was really good today. When I was pretty lost on the strategy going into the race, I had like 4 different people talking to me during the race, like, "Oh, fit for mediums, fit for hards." Like, okay, I'm just gonna do what I need to.
Yeah, you did exactly what you needed to. And yeah, I couldn't. I can definitely second that. The pace of the top 5 was incredible. And you managed to stay penalty free, and that's ultimately what cost Blacks his shot at the win. So congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Kitten, you can go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Yeah, that was a cagey, interesting battle from the top 5, or at least top 4, for pretty much the entire race. Breakneck pace from these fellas here. Very entertaining to watch. Speaking of watching, you can watch EU2 tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern. AM1, which is me and Andy. That'll be...
And me.
And racing.
And Vamu.
And Vamu. Okay, sorry. I haven't checked attendance. We'll be there tomorrow night at 9 Eastern. And then EU1, it will be Thursday afternoon at 4 Eastern. Yeah, good stuff. Congratulations to all the podium guys. That was a very interesting race to watch. Where are we at next week? Oh,
Japan.
Oh God. No.
Yeah.
Please, no.
I'm gonna jump off
Yeah, I don't think anyone's looking forward to it.
Yep.
But we're making the trip.
Yep, we're gonna be flying over to Suzuka. Virtually. Oh God, that's not what I wanted to hear. But for EDA Forward, Vamu and Ecos Saint, or Racing Fan, whichever alias you want to name him, and special shout out to Aboud and Blacks as well. Very entertaining race here from France, and we'll probably have another one next week, one way or another. But until then, I was Kitten Petter. That was Andy Wu. Shout out to Death Storm. We're out.